Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day for soccer here in Snellville, Georgia. We have some reserve action for you today. It's Atlanta Rovers FC, it's Legends FC, and it's next. Good afternoon once again here in beautiful Snellville, Georgia. South Gwinnett Park is where we find our action today. Larry Weaver here alongside Andre Bomar. We're here in the UPSL Georgia Reserves Division. This is a semifinal match in the playoffs. These two teams going at it. Somebody must win. If they don't have a winner after 90 minutes, we will go to extra time, 2 5-minute halves, and then we'll go to the spot. After that, if we're still needing a winner, Andre Bomar again is with me. And Andre, just talk about this little small playoff that we have here in the reserves between these four teams, Atlanta Rovers, Legends FC, and their opponents who are also playing this weekend.
Yeah, it's a unique situation here. This is the reserve division playoffs. And typically, we wouldn't even have a playoff for the reserves, but it's an extra incentive for these players who need the extra exposure to impress the coaches for first-team action. So we have 3 teams actually playing in these playoffs, and this is the semifinal. Clayton International has a bye in the first round, so the winner of this game will go on to play them for the trophy. So it's largely a showcase playoff for these players. And so it'll be interesting to see how well they play. They're going to, try to play their best to impress. That's what the goal is here, even more so than a trophy.
Clayton International being a really quality team in the reserve division this season, elected to play in the reserves and not play in the regular season.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that was an interesting decision by them because they qualified to play in Division I, which means they could have played to, be promoted to the Premier Division, but they wanted the extra time to develop their team. And so they thought it best to do that in the reserve division this first season. Next season, though, they're moving to Division I, and they'll be competing in earnest to try to get to the Premier based on merit.
It's one of those things where you almost feel like it was a right decision as we had the juggernauts of Division I, UMAFC, easily earning promotion. Now in this match, Legend FC, they're going to be in the white tops with the light blue shorts. They're moving from left to right. Atlanta Rovers in their traditional all red with a little bit of black kits. They're moving from right to left. Atlanta Rovers, they have a new coach. They elected to move on from Nico, who was the coach in the Premier. Opportunity there for the Rovers, easily out. It'll be a corner.
Yeah, early on here, just getting back to the game a little bit, is that, there's going to be a little bit of sparring, I guess, but right away you see the Rovers reserves getting the first opportunity, attacking opportunity, and they've earned themselves a nice corner here. So we'll see if they can get that first advantage in the game.
And Rovers Premier didn't really have the success that we all expected this spring season. Short taken, whipped into the box, grabbed by Moore, and he's fouled at the same time, so he does earn the foul. So Legends keeper able to hold off that attack from the Rovers. But like we were saying, Dre, Rovers really just kind of fell apart late in the season for their premier side, and then their owner elected to go with another decision for head coach.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the stories of the entire division in the Premier was how poorly Rovers finished the season with a string of defeats. And they, you know, at the beginning of the season, they were one of the favorites. And so there's a bit of a rebuilding that has to take place. And, of course, like you mentioned before, there's a new coaching and new leadership structure that's being built there. And so hopefully they'll, you know, for them, they'll get back to their dominant position. But it might take a little while with, you know, the way that our Premier Division is structured. There's a lot of power in that division.
And for the Legends, when we look at their Premier side, it was their first season in Georgia UPSL soccer. They really struggled in the middle of the season. They were able to pull off a few wins late in the season to eke out an 8th place finish, cleared away by the defense. Here's an opportunity, cleared away by the keeper for Rovers. And like we've talked about before, Dre, that's really the biggest thing for Legends or for any team that comes into the Premier Division here in UPSL Georgia, because it is so competitive. That first season, to call it a success is just to survive.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Legends came in at the time of a restructuring, so that they benefited by that, by being able to come in to the Premier Division for their first season. And like you said, yeah, the goal would have been survival, and it was left late. They managed to wait to the final game against LGSA, who also struggled this season, and get that win that gave them survival, and it also doomed LGSA to relegation.
Rovers with the throw back in, get us back underway. Good step by the Legends. Take a shot, easily grabbed there. You would say slightly optimistic there, but very, very early in the match. It's willing to take a shot there.
Yeah, he has a nose for goal there. You know, he just demonstrated that, number 35 for Legends during the season. And he gets turned towards goal. He's going to take that shot, and he did there.
Little bit of a deflection, but easily controlled by the Legends defense. Cleared away. Rovers headed back forward, but just easily grabbed by the keeper.
Pretty even so far, Larry. I think pretty lively from both sides. They seem to be willing to attack, and as we see there.
Ooh, that was a solid challenge.
Yeah,
Calling for the training staff immediately is our center official.
Yeah, that was a really robust challenge, and they both come off worse for the wear here.
We'll go ahead and take a look at that ourselves on the replay and see what we see. You can see as this ball gets sent forward by Moore. Bouncing ball, and they just absolutely collided. No harm, no foul, but definitely not what you want to see here in the first 6 minutes of the match.
Yeah, you never want to see heads clatter together like that, and hopefully they'll be able to shake this off. That both of them are down pretty good here.
Yeah, both coaches over there with their players. It's good to see Coach Wozniak back on the pitch for Legends FC. He's been battling some health issues himself.
Yeah, there's a story about that coach that we're going to feature on the relaunch of the UPSL-Georgia.com website this coming week. But yeah, he has a pretty intriguing story there. Good to see him back, and he's helping to build Legends into you know, a stalwart here in the Georgia Conference.
And we've really seen an explosion in that Southwest region for the Georgia area for UPSL, because you had Legends FC come in, then you also had UMA come in. You also now have Columbus, Georgia, now having a team that's coming in. So we're starting to really get an influx of players from that Southwest region that's both Alabama and Georgia, as Legends FC and UMA kind of play between Opelika, Alabama, and LaGrange, Georgia. They basically play in the same venues.
Yeah, there's going to be quite the rivalry that we'll have down there in LaGrange with UMA coming in. Legends is both of the teams are well supported locally as well, so it should be very electric there. But we also have up in Dalton, you know, another potential derby situation with North Georgia and Dalton United. You know, that's going to continue as we see the Rovers players getting up. He's obviously had
that was
maybe
definitely a solid head collision there.
Yeah, he's going to have
Yeah, here in this last spring up, and you know, Southwest was strong, so was Southeast, because you had Dalton United, you had North Georgia United. Volpe came in, they were hot to start, and then they dropped off significantly. But now we've also got Fountain City FC coming in from Columbus, Georgia. Not to mention the fact that we have other teams such as Georgia Impact that's going to be coming in.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see the conference grow from you know, its beginnings back in 2018 here in Georgia, when the Georgia Conference was established with 8 teams. At that time we only had a Division I, and now we have basically 14 teams in the Premier, and it looks like we're going to have 14 in Division I. And so the restructuring and the growth continues. And
that collision ended up between, on the Rovers, number 3, Hector Guerrero, and on the Legends, number 30, Nicrasus. So it's good to see that they're both up. I'm sure we're going to be doing some concussion protocol. Go ahead and substitute both players just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the Rovers player might need stitches, unfortunately, there. But it's good to see them both up and walking. It's going to be a little bit daisy, I'm sure, for both of them right now. But they're going to restart here as they've finished the discussions. Substitutions have been made. But yeah, a lot of these players you see on these reserve teams, you know, you're going to have to look for them on the first teams in the Premier for the fall season coming up. And again, this is where they are now as a showcase for themselves, pleading their cases by the way they play today, which should make for an interesting, you know, competition today between these two teams.
Bouncing ball, shot taken over the bar easily, going to be, I believe he's going to call corner. A little bit of a deflection, will be a corner. This weekend in the Premier side, it is the quarterfinals of the national tournament.
Yeah, this is where these players want to eventually compete in, and it's that national playoff. And ASMG were there yesterday with Tennessee Tempo and AS Frenzy as it comes in with this corner.
In swinger, goes all the way through the box, out for a throw for Legends FC. That means that the spring season is only about 2 weeks left, and then it is all over, and we begin for the fall. The fall will kick off late August. Rovers moving the ball through the midfield.
Oh,
That's going to be whistled for a foul.
pushed down a little bit there. Legends will be able to reset, but so far I think Rovers reserves are the dominant team out there, more in an attacking posture. But it is still very early, Larry.
Legends trying to get the ball moved. A little bit of a push in the back, but no foul given from the Rovers. Rovers win possession. Go all the way back to the keeper. Rovers taking their time. We expect there's going to be a nice chunk of stoppage time with that delay there for the injury for both players.
Oh, almost got that cross field pass to the left wing there, but cleared away.
Legends cut that pass off. Tried to get it up to number 42, able to do so. That ball is going to go out.
Well, here's an opportunity now for Legends in the attacking half here.
Team can't decide who was going to take this throw.
A number of white shirts there forward in the area.
Expect a long throw here. Nice throw.
Oh, nice flick over.
Good control of the ball, but not able to get it into the box to a player. Cuts it off, takes a shot, but he's just slams into the Rovers player. Back forward, but too far for anyone to get their hands on it. Cleared out, and that will be a Rovers throw. Good movement from both sides so far. They were filling everything out, and then we had that injury for both teams, so now we kind of start all over again.
Ooh.
Sensational shot, just a turn and a shot. Luckily, the crossbar is Moore's friend, as that one had eyes for the back of the net.
Yeah, the goalkeeper was not going to get to that one. So
we'll take a look at this as fast as we can. You can see here, turns, shoots, and just got a fingertip on it, if anything.
Yeah, maybe knocked it up on that crossbar, but boy, that was inches away.
Set up for a short. Did take it short. Coming into view, but they lose possession. Now Legends, what can they do? Going to be a foul called as there was a tug on the jersey. Center official was trying to give them a benefit of the doubt.
Legends trying to get counterattack going there off of what I think it was really a poor attempt there on the corner.
Our center official, Daniel Benson, he's already had a lot of work to do in these first 16 minutes. Calling for a handball, not going to get it. Rovers now on the march. Get it over on this left flank, just not able to keep it inside, and it is out for a throw. The way that this facility is designed, when you get over to this left flank of the final third on the left side, it kind of lose visualization. We have to switch to other cameras to pick it up.
Call that the
that ball somehow stays in.
Oh.
Here's an opportunity. Slides over. Shot taken. Oh, it hits the post. And he's going to be called offsides.
Oh, is the AR is pointing to the corner.
Is he going to?
Referee is talking to him now.
Gives us a chance to take a look at it and see what we think.
Yeah, I think he's trying to see if it came off the gridiron goalpost or the.
That looked to me like it came right off the top post. They're talking the fourth official. I mean the AR and the center official. They discuss.
So it's a goal kick. Or is it a?
He was calling. I believe he called offsides because.
Offside, that's right. It was offside.
After the shot was taken, number 51 Vasquez was offside.
Gotcha. Oh, after all that, Legends get the ball back anyway. So.
Get a throw and get us back underway. Over on that far side.
Oh.
But unable to control it.
Poor touch.
And then it goes back to the Rovers. 18 minutes into this match, still 0-0 between Atlanta Rovers FC and Legends FC here in the UPSL Georgia Reserves playoffs. That ball rolls out, and it's going to be a throw on very, very deep for the Legends.
Yeah, I think the injury delay has had an effect on the tempo, but it's slowly returning here.
That ball's still way back there. Rovers win possession. And that ball will go out. That ball will be a throw. Gonna elect to try to do a long throw. A lot of the teams are doing this these days. Ooh. Whipped into the box, headed out.
Put it in a dangerous area.
Cleared forward. Rovers take a shot and pull it just wide.
Didn't quite catch that the way he wanted to. But both teams seem when they're in position, they are attack minded. They're taking their shots. So
number 23 being Alejandro Rodriguez. You know, he had such a fantastic season in the fall with the top team and just really didn't get into form. You know, he suffered an injury late in the fall season and is still trying to build himself back up into the team. Oh. Shot taken, grabbed by Moore. Great shot there from effort. Number 19 for Atlanta Rovers, starting to see some positive play.
Good shot on goal. Goalkeeper well placed to handle that.
Ball sent long for the Legends. Able to muscle that ball out, and it's going to be a throw for Atlanta Rovers, but it's deep in their half.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, with coming back from injury, that's what the reserves is for. You know, it gives them opportunity to get some minutes in a competitive environment and get back to match fitness.
Because that's one of the things that the Rovers suffered in the fall was, you know, they lost Luke Sexton, they lost Alejandro Rodriguez, and you saw they kind of had a blip, and they weren't able to get to where they wanted to be. You know, they made it to the playoff final against LGSA and lost 2-1.
Nice tackle on the
and then
left side there.
This spring, you know, they came out like gangbusters, won the regional cup.
Yeah, back-to-back regional cups.
Back-to-back regional cups. But then they started out strong in the season, the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then the last 5 matches, they just the floor fell out from underneath them. This is going to be another long throw attempt by Rovers. Whipped into the box. Shot taken, deflected, and that's going to go out for another corner.
It was a sort of an awkward deflection, and the goalkeeper had to watch that go behind the goal. So those are the kind of things that can ricochet in. But yeah, Rovers had a really, really tough season. I think you know, that's a big reason as to why there's been a coaching change as well for them. Fresh start. So definitely a team to watch and see how they respond in the fall season, see if they can come back to their former self.
Another short corner taken, headed on the back post.
Ooh.
Tried to turn, shoot in, unable to do so. It's going to be cleared out, but it will be a throw. Atlanta Rovers putting the pressure on these last 5-6 minutes.
Sort of the way they started the game. Oh.
Cleared away again by that defense for Legends. Legends defense doing really well so far today.
Yeah, I think we see the pattern now. It looks like Rovers is going to be the dominant attacking force here. Legends is going to try to soak up that pressure and hit on the break.
Cleared out for a throw. You can see that time and time again, Dre. It's like when the attack comes on from the Rovers, Legends just elect just to clear it out, let it be a throw, let them reset. Long ball from the Rovers. Tried to get it to Alejandro.
It's the clearance.
But just a sloppy clearance. And it's going to be a throw.
Got a hydration break.
Oh, we are going to get a hydration break. Here in the 24th minute, still 0-0 between Atlanta Rovers FC and Legends FC here at South Gwinnett Park in Snellville, Georgia. Right now, the temperature is 88 degrees, hot.
Colleague Larry Weaver is enjoying air conditioning press box while the cameraman Andre Bomar is out in the weather, enjoying the sun.
Well, you know, 48% humidity, so it feels like 90 degrees. Nice sunny day, no rain. You know, we've had a busy weekend here in Georgia, Dre. You attempted to go to Friday to go witness the women's match.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's the Women's Super Cup. You know, that was a second attempt to get that game done. And it's a match between KSA women going against North Georgia United women. And the first game was called after, or suspended after 27 minutes due to lightning and a bad storm. And before we could even start this past Friday, again, we had a weather postponement that turned into another suspension. So now it looks like we're going to go into August to get that game done. That's going to be a precursor to the start of the women's conference. We're still going to deal with some friendly matches throughout the fall and come back to the season hopefully in the spring of 2024 with a number of teams. And I hear that Legends and Atlanta City are going to add women's teams to the mix. And we may have a team out of Tennessee that will join us for the first season in 2024. So a lot of excitement there. It's a pathway for the women that's going to follow the pattern that we have set up for the men.
Legends are going to get us back underway here in the 26th minute. Got to use up as much of the pitch as he could as he was trying to get that throw in, as they always do. Stumble, couldn't get control of it, and it goes out for a throw. A throw for Rovers. That right there, your brain's trying to tell one thing and your foot's doing another.
Yeah, he had a little space, and I think he really wanted to go before he had full control of the ball, and it just kind of made a mess of it there.
That ball sent high and out for a throw. So far, Legends looking good, not cracking under pressure.
Yep, still anybody's game.
Cleared away by Legends. Another shot taken. They let it just streak through frame and go out for an easy goal kick. You know, that was one of the things, Dre, for yesterday. We saw that just because a team is considered the favorite doesn't mean that they're going to win the match. You still got to show up and you still got to play 90 minutes.
Yeah, that definitely is football. Sometimes the ball doesn't kind of bounce the way you think it's going to, and you know, a break here and a fluke there, and you got an upset.
Here's an opportunity by Legends, moving down their left flank. Elects to take a somewhat of a shot himself. It's deflected, but right into the keeper's arms. We got to see yesterday an amazing team out of Florida, AS Frenzy, made up of mostly young players, anywhere from 16 through U19, very, very young, and absolutely scorch a team that was considered one of the high favorites, Tennessee Tempo, and they walk away with a 7-1 victory.
Yeah, that one was a shocker for me because Tennessee is one of my picks for the Final Four. And, you know, it was a mixture of the Frenzy's ability to dominate the game, but also Tempo's inability to convert chances.
Here's an opportunity for Legends, talking about chances.
Bowled over.
A little bit of bowl over in the back. Is it a foul?
Referee says no.
Our center ref, Daniel Benson, says no.
I don't know if we get a chance to see that again. That was here they
Rovers
come right
trying to counter themselves, go over here to the far side, come all the way back, but lose possession, not communicating at all. Legends able to get control. Here's another opportunity for Legends. Legends move it around the horn over to the left flank again. That left flank is really where they're trying to find their possession.
Yeah, this started from a miscue from Rovers. Oh.
Tried to send it through. Nobody there. Goes out. We'll take a look at that foul again. Do we see a potential for a penalty? As you can see, as the Legends move this ball forward, it's very, very slight. Comes through the back.
It's a judgment call from the referee, and the referee did not see that infraction enough to call a penalty there. So we'll go with that decision.
Our center ref, Daniel Benson, a Manchester United England native.
Manchester United, I guess, supporter. As you're
Well,
alluding to.
you only have one. If you grow up in Manchester, England, you support United regardless.
All right, I'll let you go with that one. All Manchester City fans, direct your comments to Larry Weaver.
Trying to work this left side is the Rovers. They're able to keep the ball in.
Oh. Almost got it through there.
But Legends FC win possession. Good movement by the Legends.
Oh, almost got it.
But just, he was starting to get into space, and luckily for the Rovers, defender is just able to cut that off.
Got pressure there from Rovers. He's going to
That
clear that out.
ball is cleared away.
Yeah, South Gwinnett's a unique field here. It's been a part of the UPSL Georgia, mostly in the Division I and even academies for a long time, but it is one of the smaller fields that's out there, which affects the strategy of a lot of teams here. Not a lot of width to work with. It's a real challenge for putting together your strategy in attack.
Long ball forward, headed, but not to a teammate. Good turn on the ball. There again, miscommunication from the Rovers squad. And that ball is going to go out for a throw for Legends.
You know, Rovers have been dominating attack, but it's one of those things that if you don't take advantage of your chances, then you know you're leaving it open for Legends, who are going to gain more and more confidence, and you know that could lead to quite the upset.
Legends get another chance to do this throw. Just moving down the sideline. Long throw in, cleared by the Rovers. Good head flick, got it up to Alejandro. He moves it to the right-hand side, trying to get a give and go and not communicating again. You see the frustration for Alejandro. He felt like he had the space.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of the frustration in the Rovers coaching staff.
A little bit of a nutmeg there, and then just unable to control the ball was Tristan Benjamin, and he just knocks it out, and it's going to be another throw for Legends. Here's a turn, Benjamin. Slide it over to the right-hand side. Trying to get the ball forward to Alejandro, not able to do so, but he's just able to get it up there. Good attack by number 15. Moore just gets enough of a fingertip on it to push it away.
Critical work from the goalkeeper.
Moving up that right flank this time. Out, a little bit of
foul.
a clip with his foot, and it's going to be a foul for the Rovers. It's a nice set piece. We're only talking about 10 yards, but all the way over on the chalk line.
Getting deep in the first half here, 34th minute in.
Rovers with 4 men in the box. Slow swung it, and it's in the back of the net for a goal for Orlando Rovers. Making something out of nothing is Alejandro Rodriguez.
That looked harmless when somebody clipped it right in, up over into the high part of the net.
We'll take a look at that again. It looked to me like Alejandro Rodriguez got a little touch on it. You see it comes in low and short and then just flicked, and it goes into the back of the net, and it's goal for the home side here in the 35th minute.
Referee wants to wait for that whistle. They get set here. All the players weren't back in their spots. All right, well,
Legends doing so good for 35 minutes. And they just kind of got napping there on that near post. Alejandro Rodriguez makes them pay. And now it's 1-0. And this is one thing about Atlanta Rovers. Once they start getting confident, they get real stingy with that ball. Good ball forward, but not able to get it to a teammate.
Rovers defense seems really organized today. They've not really allowed Legends much of a chance to get into the attacking third. And once they're there, they're clearing out pretty easily. So it's going to be a tall order for Legends to get back in this game.
Rovers elect to go all the way back. Long ball, trying to move down that right flank.
Winger didn't make a run for it, unfortunately. I think that was the plan. He acknowledges.
Another throw for the Legends.
out again. Legends will have another throw. I think Legends is going to have to look forward to a little bit more possession, hold on to the ball a little bit more, probe a little bit more. I think that the counterattack is going to be so rare for them against this team. Oh,
A little bit of a mistake by the defender, but he heads it back
good recovery.
2 more since he didn't make any contact with it. There was no illegal touch there. Hard pressed by the Rovers there on the side, and it'll go out for a throw for Legends. And this throw is just in that section of the void where it's really difficult to see anything. Just coming into frame.
Yeah, park is
Rovers.
not really designed too much for broadcasting, I don't think.
Rovers trying to get the ball forward to Alejandro, not able to
Oh,
get it to
sneak
him,
through.
cut off from the Legends. Now here's an opportunity. Good turn. But the keeper's able to hold it.
I'm not sure if he was attempting a cross or if he was really going for a shot, but I think it was trying to get around to that left side for the on-rushing attacker there, but
Rovers moving the ball forward. Elect to go back to the keeper. Just coming into the 40th minute. Like we said, we had a really serious collision between 2 players. Right about the 5th minute, took about 4 or 5 minutes to have medical assistance. Both players were subbed out. So we're probably going to look at least 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time.
oh, that ball stayed in.
Somehow, some way. Good battle between both squads. Rovers coming out on top. Getting the ball forward, but they cannot get it out of the midfield right now as the Rovers. Legends pressing really well.
Oh,
But here's an opportunity, but
again, the attackers are not making their runs for Rovers. Those through balls are going nowhere. Oh,
mistake by the midfielder for Legends. Little bit of a tug back.
ref
Not
gonna let him
going,
go.
he's just given Daniel Benson gives them advantage. Alejandro decides to take the shot and just sends it well over the bar. That's another opportunity for Rovers that they kind of wasted.
Yeah, that could have been disastrous for Legends. I don't know if it was a ricochet or slash back pass, but it found the Rovers player.
Another collision there. It's going to be a foul on the Legends player.
Legends player disagrees with the call, but it's going to be called nonetheless.
As a player, you always feel that your side of the foul was warranted.
He's like, he continues his discussion, but you're not going to win that discussion. Demonstration by the referee there, and I believe the argument is that referee is saying that you jumped into him and not straight up and down.
Back
I'll try to
underway.
flick that on.
Cleared out will be a Rovers throw. Rovers keep control. For Lees for a moment now. Here's an opportunity for Legends streaking through the midfield. A little bit of a deflection, and Rovers elect to just clear that ball out for a throw.
Ball has made its way outside the fence there, so they'll have to pull in a terrible looking ball there. Injured Rovers player. Looks like he's asking him actually to come off. He's taking kind of a knock.
Took his shoe off.
Yeah. I didn't see what the collision or what happened, but he's got a noticeable limp there, and he has asked to come off. Referee's allowing a substitution now. It looks like number 9 is going to come on, or
number 8 is coming on
for him. Don't know if that was a turn your ankle kind of thing or a collision. But his day is over.
That being number 18, I believe that's Brandon Burrell that came off.
Oh, we had a little substitute ball boy get the ball back into play here. Oh, nice little flick over.
Good little touch.
Oh, he's come
Somehow
back over.
lifts it into the box, but easily grabbed by the keeper.
Critical there by the keeper because the Legends player was right there, but here we got a counterattack.
Moving down the left-hand flank is Benjamin.
Is he going to pass it
but
too
he
long
just holds on to it too long.
Still Rovers, though.
Up to Alejandro, and it's going to be a handball.
Action at both ends here.
We've seen both sides have to make a substitute early in the match due to the contact. That's also another substitute for the Rovers.
Ooh.
Definitely not something you want to have happen, especially with just being, I would say, less than a month out for the fall season to kick off. You don't want to have an injured player.
Yeah, I think that is the danger of some of these with a playoff or a reserve division is, you know, you have more of an opportunity for injury so close to the next season coming up. These guys want to be fresh. They want to be fit, but they also want to be injury-free going into the fall season. So
here's another opportunity moving up the left side and cleared away for a throw. He was wanting a deflection and a positive throw for the Legends, not going to get it. Now in stoppage time officially.
Oh,
a lazy shot taken there by Benjamin. Just really didn't have any control of his body whatsoever, and it just slowly rolls to more. Now we're just at the mercy of stoppage time. We'll see what our center official elects to allow. Fourth official has not made a notice of how much time will be. Again, you're watching UPSL Georgia reserve action between Atlanta Rovers FC and Legends FC here in Snellville, Georgia at South Gwinnett Park. Pushed there by the Legends player, number 42. Fouls committed.
Replace the ball there.
It went a little too far forward and a little too quick for the center official's liking. Get us back underway. And he sends that ball long and out for a throw. Legends trying to work the ball forward. They can get as far as center line, but they cannot get any farther. Now the Rovers trying to get some positive passing. Not able to do more than 3 passes.
Yeah, Rovers having a little trouble with link-up play.
Just not able to keep control of that ball as he was trying to make the turn.
Got a little space here in the middle.
Trying to get the ball over the top.
He's off.
Offsides is
He's
going to be
off.
the call for Benjamin.
Straight off a little bit. Started his run just a tad too early.
He had caught that defensive line napping there, but he just got a little too excited and went a little too early.
Yeah, you see that space and all that goal in front of him. I can understand wanting to get down there.
Long ball sent forward. But the Rovers on the attack once again. A little bit of back heel, trying to get it central. That ball's going to get knocked out for a throw.
3
Center
minutes.
official looking at the watch.
Yeah, 3 minutes already added on. Oh, nice turn from the substitute there.
Yeah, newly entered player already making a good name for himself. Good movement. And that is
there
going
we
to be
go.
time. Only 3 minutes added to the clock. And that we go into the halftime. 1-0 Atlanta Rovers over Legends FC.
Think we could take a quick look at that goal again.
Definitely so. We'll try to take a look at it here in just 1 second. Let's see.
I think this is, while you prepare that, I think this is, it is a good exercise for these guys to be in a playoff situation. It is part of the development of these players, not just the time on the field, but also playing with a purpose, with something at stake here. So,
Yeah.
you know, from that
see
standpoint,
if this
it's good.
is this should be the goal that came in. You see here, slow on that side and just flicks, and
nicely
it's
done.
right into the net.
That's an expert one. I think a lot of questions going to be for the Legends marking there on that corner, because there were a number of different
Well, it
Rovers
wasn't even a
players.
corner. It was a set piece just
Oh,
about
that's
10
right.
yards
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it was a set piece. Yeah, low and hard in, and not a lot of marking going on by the Legends defenders.
Well, that'll do us for the first 45. Atlanta Rovers 1, Legends FC 0. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half here at South Gwinnett Park. Welcome back to South Gwinnett Park here in Snellville, Georgia for this UPSL Georgia Reserves semifinal match. Larry Weaver here alongside Andre Bomar. At the half, Atlanta Rovers FC holding a 1-0 lead over Legends FC. That goal coming late in that first half. We'll take another look here real quick at that goal. We can see here coming in from a free kick just about 10 yards out, slides in, and Alejandro just gets a touch on it, and it goes into the back of the net, and it is 1-0. And Atlanta Rovers FC are going to get us started in this second half. Dre, just your thoughts on that first half. What are we wanting to see from both sides here in this second half?
Well, I think both sides have trouble with communication and also with the link-up play with their attacking forwards. Rovers has done a better job at it, but I think hopefully the coaching staffs of both sides is going to help them to get them to communicate a little bit more and link up a little bit more for a little bit more chances at both ends of the field.
And the second 45 is underway. Atlanta Rovers moving from left to right in the all-red kits. Legends FC in the white tops and light blue shorts moving from right to left.
There's another pass that got through here.
Down the left-hand flank, able to keep it in is Legends. Whiffed it into the box. Defender for Rovers able to get just inches above the attacking Legends player to head it away. Back in control.
That was better from Legends. At least they got the chance in.
Good step by the defender to win that possession. A little bit of a miff, but it is still successful to get the ball forward for Legends.
Ooh, in the crowd there.
It's not pretty, but they're getting it done. They've strung together 5 or 6 passes, but right there, just an absolute mistake. Just a bit of a hospital pass, trying to get it central there.
Yeah. The passing, it is weak. I mean, the passing is slow. And there's plenty of time for the Rovers defenders to get in position to intercept or clear. They're going to have to be a little bit quicker with the passing, more precise.
So far, that one shot on goal is really all Atlanta Rovers has to take home from that first 45. Most of the shots towards goal were well over the bar or well wide. Anything that was actually on frame was very low and slow, easily for Moore to grab. It's only that you would say move off the practice pitch is what led to that goal. And that ball is going to sail out wide for another throw.
Go to retrieve the ball. So far, it looks the same as it did in the first half. No real strategy changes or formations.
And we get our
as they try to go 10 yards ahead as per the usual.
Always try to gain an extra yard or two on that side before we throw it in, as always. And there's a solid collision between two players.
It's going to be a yellow.
Just about 3 minutes into the second half, and it was only about 4 or 5 minutes into the first half when we had a similar collision. Yes, it will be a yellow card for the away side. But give us a chance to take a look at that and see what we see. As you can see, this throw coming in as a little bit of a flick and just barrels through the player.
Fairly clumsy challenge there. A little bit out of control as he came in to challenge for that. Here's another opportunity, another set piece for Rovers. And we've seen them score already.
For 10 yards. Got a two-man wall.
Not out of the question to go straight for goal here.
It's about almost 40 yards out. Definitely able to get it up and down. He elects to go short and low. To Benjamin. He's trying to do something. Lifted it into the box. Moore punches it out, but not all the way past. Rovers hits the bar and it goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick. That was an opportunity for the Rovers to capitalize on a mistake there by Moore. Unfortunately, he hits the bar. Take a look at that.
Yeah, that developed very slowly.
You see that ball get headed up. Moore punches it out, and they try to lift it into the box, but it just hits the top bar and out for a goal kick. Again, like you said, the winner of this match will take on Clayton International next week. And that will be the final match of the spring season for the UPSL Georgia.
Oh.
A little bit of a stumbly shot there.
He was in a little bit there. It's half chance.
That ball went out. It's going to be a throw for Rovers. But yeah, that match next week between the winner of this match and Clayton International, that will be our last match for the UPSL Georgia spring season for all divisions.
Yeah, but we're going to have a turnaround pretty quickly as the fall season approaches. We have the Community Shield, which we'll talk about shortly. As Rovers players slow to get up here.
Yes, this is very exciting news. So we are going to have a Community Shield match very, very soon. It's going to be Friday night, the 18th, I believe is what that day is.
Yes.
And that is going to be the, oh, there's a hard challenge by Atlanta Rovers. I think he's going to get a talking to and possibly could see a card himself, number 19.
If it's not a card, it's going to be a last straw.
Definitely a stern talking to. Yeah, he's saying no more.
No more.
We'll take a look real quick at that as you see. Trying to get the ball to go somewhere, cut off his pass, and he just gouged in and took the Legends player off his feet. Easily grabbed. The Community Shield will be the winners of Division I, UMA FC, taking on the winners of Premier Division, Dalton United FC. And that is going to be a sensational match to get us ready for the fall season. Two powerhouse teams here in this spring season.
Yeah, that's going to be the curtain raiser for the fall season. Week after that, the fall season starts in earnest in Premier, and a couple of weeks later in Division I. But that'll be it. And that'll be a sort of a new tradition that we'll have before the start of the season between the Premier Division winners and Division I winners. It's for those who are familiar with English soccer, similar to their Community Shield, where they have the winners of the Premier play the winners of the FA Cup in that version of the Community Shield. So it's just another incentive for these guys to be showcased and something else to play for.
And that match will be at Silverbacks Park again Friday night. I think that was a illegal throw from the Legends player.
Don't see those called too often, but they happen quite a bit.
But Silverbacks Park Friday night, August 18th. Join us as we will be broadcasting that match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. We'll get to see a little bit more about what UMA can do in the Premier Division. Stern test for them to start the season. Ooh, nice little move around on the left side. Comes to nothing, though.
Grabbed by the keeper.
final ball for both sides is missing. Legends player tried to keep that in, but unable to do so. Goes out for a Rovers throw here.
Because this was the inaugural season for UMA in Division I. They tried to match Dalton United's inaugural season from the fall, where they put on a record 63 goal. A shot taken.
Oh,
wow. It's in the back of the net. What a sensational team effort goal.
Nothing.
Something out of nothing. A beautiful goal from Atlanta Rovers. Benjamin with that goal and assisted by Alejandro. We have to take a look at that again.
Definitely. I mean, it was so that approach play, we've seen it so much during this game, and it usually comes to nothing, but look at here.
Backheeled into the back of the net from Benjamin. That was a thing of beauty. 2-0 here in the 55th minute. Atlanta Rovers.
Both teams stuttering. Rovers have stuttered in their attacking, but both of their goals have been fantastically executed. Here's a long
shot taken that was pretty much nowhere.
Yeah, that was a poor attempt and a wasteful one.
Keeper just gonna sit on the ball.
Legends delayed coming down to press the issue.
Keeper will just elect to wait as long as he can, take as many seconds off as he would like.
Not quite the hashtag response time action I was expecting there.
If the Legends want to get in this match, there's a foul committed. If the Legends want to get back into this match, they need to get a goal, and they need to get it quickly.
Got a substitution coming on, number 12 coming on.
He's going to replace number 4, or number 41.
And the reserve game being what it is, unfortunately we did not receive accurate rosters before the game, so that's why you don't hear us calling names too often.
Too many names.
Yeah.
Except for the players that we definitely know from their time in the Premier Division.
It's unfortunate for the players. I'm sure they would like to be identified as they're on the stage to be seen here. But we'll do our best.
Rovers go all the way back to the keeper. He sends it long and sends not only the ball but a shin guard as he sent that ball forward. Starting to see some link-up play between Alejandro and Benjamin.
Gosh, now we got to chase the ball.
Legends just lift that ball and send it over to the backstop of the adjacent baseball field. Replacement ball gets sent over. Here comes 2 more substitutes for Legends. Number 51's day is done. And number 21's day is done. Number 10 and number 29 coming on for them.
Time for them to get some minutes in. Try to impress the coaches for the coming season. Ooh.
Legends FC, they made the 2.5-hour plus trip all the way up from LaGrange, Georgia.
Oh.
Little bit of a, trying to get a handball, not called by the AR.
So we play on.
Oh, here's an opportunity. Mistake. Oh, what a save by the keeper.
Critical save there. Wow, what a what a chance for Legends, though. Found a space on that right side.
Should have been a goal for Legends. That was the opportunity that they needed.
Can they redeem redeem themselves. That was like another handball, but this time against Rovers. Not called, but
that ball just dribbles out, but it will be a corner for
yep.
the Legends.
Deflected out.
Now, Legends FC, they're one of the teams that has to travel quite a distance since they're so far southwest, but they always bring a solid support squad with them.
Yeah, it's interesting in the Georgia Conference, these teams are spaced out pretty well now throughout the state. So get ready here.
In-swinger coming in, headed away by Rovers. Tried to win possession again, but not able to do so. Will be a throw. Poorly executed control there. It's going to be a Rovers throw.
The next season, this coming season, Legends will be sharing a home field with UMA. Both teams going to be hailing out of LaGrange. It's going to be quite the derby to look forward to.
Good step by Legends to win possession. Now they're on the attack, trying to get the ball forward, able to get it up that right-hand flank. But just a horrible pass, and he loses possession, but then they give it right back. Yeah, Callaway Stadium is the home for UMAFC and Legends FC down there in LaGrange, Georgia.
Yeah, both well-supported clubs, so that should be quite the event there, just like the other derby we're going to have up in North Georgia and Dalton, between Dalton United and North Georgia United.
Tara Stadium being the primary home for Rovers FC down in Clayton County.
Going out there.
And we got a lot of places to go and a lot of beautiful stadiums throughout the UPSL Georgia Conference.
Yeah, we should see a schedule this coming week for at least the premiere for the fall season.
And for the fall season, this reserves division will kind of go on hiatus. We'll come back here in 2024.
Yeah, we're going to redesign it. We will have some reserve teams move to Division I just for the fall season. And the referee's going to have a little talk with them about
just wasting time, just stepping in front of the Legends player wanting to get the ball back underway.
As they waste their own free kick there.
You know, we talked about that a few weeks ago. It is something that we're seeing in the professional ranks, especially in the UK. They're really going to spend this next season, the 23-24 season, focusing on time wasting and trying to do what they can to extend the amount of time that the ball is actually in play. As it's only about 55% of the time that the ball is actually in play in a professional match. It looks like we're going to get a yellow card. This one is going to be because the ball was kicked away by the Rovers player, that being number 4. Because instead of sending the ball to the instead of sending the ball to the keeper, he just kind of sent it.
Yep, and that's just as you were saying, that's the sort of thing that they're going to be combating coming season, and I'm sure that will trickle down to the lower divisions here, the UPSL. that, sometimes, those habits are quite ingrained in some aspects of the game. So that's going to be.
Yeah, you're going to have, some degree of time wasting, but there are ways that you can get a few more minutes into the match.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I welcome the change. I get a little frustrated myself for all the time wasting we see.
That ball will go out for a Rovers throw, or a Legends throw, excuse me. Nice little flick. Newly entered number 10, trying to do something, but the defender closing that space, winning that ball back for the Rovers. Rovers defending and clearing that ball through tight spaces. Able to get that ball forward. Trying to get it to Alejandro, but this time all the way over to the right-hand side to number 17. He tried to give it back to Alejandro, but the keeper Moore for Legends able to cut that line out.
Couldn't quite get that cross to curl back to his on-rushing attacker there, but it was very close.
Oh, that was a solid, just American football tackle there, and it's going to be a yellow card for.
Not sure what he's arguing about there.
That'll be number 14 for the Rovers. We'll take a look at it here real quick. You can see as number 35 is moving forward, he's trying to go around him, and he just shoulder tackles him.
You can't do that. I mean, that's a clear yellow.
Yeah, and this is going to be just about 30 yards out, and it's going to be about 7 yards wide of the goal. It's going to be a three-man wall. There's plenty of space to get the ball up and down. It's can you get the spin on the ball to get it at a nice angle to get past the keeper.
That's in range, but you got to have skill to make it work.
Able to get it up and down, and it's in the back. Is that in, or does that go through? Was that I think it's a goal kick. Wow,
yeah, yeah, because I think it went around, actually.
That one caught me off guard because it looked like it went and hit him and then went over, or, went behind him and went in the goal.
Yeah, he did a good job of ferrying the ball, but it did come back and ricochet off of him. But it went back behind the goal.
We'll take a look at the replay when we get a moment, because that one.
Yeah, my first impulse is to yell goal.
Rovers win a throw. Or are they going to call a free kick?
I thought it was a free kick. Okay.
They're going to call.
Let's change the spot.
Yeah, they're going to call it. There was a little bit of a shoulder tackle there, too. Not as egregious as the one from a little bit ago. Whipped into the box, headed out. That'll be a throw. You can see number 17 telling the thrower, take your time. Don't go too fast. Shot taken, and that'll go out for a goal kick. Gives us a chance to look at that shot just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, they're going for a hydration break now anyway.
You see here, it comes in.
Oh, no, he didn't get a hold on it.
He didn't. It goes over the bar, but
over,
it was. But at the angle that we're watching it from, it looked like he had tapped it and it went behind and in the goal, but it went over the bar, and it was a goal kick.
Yeah,
so that was the right call.
At normal speed, I thought it had come off of the bar and hit him and gone behind. But yeah, he did. I think he had an opportunity to punch it, but he took his hands away, and it just went behind and ricocheted behind.
Now I'll even take a look at the slow-mo because I want to really see how this happened. You see, as he comes in,
he goes and he takes
just
his hands away.
Barely takes his hands away.
Yeah, it took. Guy, it did look like it went in though. It did look like it had gone and bounced in, but it just bounced around and back. So now we got hydration break here.
75th minute, or 70th minute, excuse me. It's 2-0 Atlanta Rovers FC over Legends FC here in the UPSL Georgia Reserves semifinals. The winner of this match will take on Clayton International FC next week. And it'll be the winner of this UPSL Georgia Reserves division. This division being a bit of an offshoot of both the Premier and Division I, those teams that have players that need to come back from injury or not quite ready to be at that top squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity, too, for these players to get in front of their coaches, get a little bit more time to impress. But, you know, it's just one of those things that if you do get that time, you got to take full advantage of it.
And one of the things I just noticed, I saw two players, you know, one for Rovers and one for Legends. A Rovers player having a bit of a banana, offering it to his competitor, and they're just having a good little moment there. Great to see the camaraderie, sportsmanship.
Yeah, not an ill-tempered game whatsoever.
No.
And I think they are focused on, you know, performance on the field, trying to impress, trying to say, hey, coach, look at me. I deserve to be in the first team.
Ball forward. Don't forget, number 14 is on a yellow, so he needs to be careful back there.
Yeah, these any type of dismissals will carry over. So you get a second yellow and a red, you're out of the final automatically. So you want to be careful. Ooh.
Good step in that lane to win possession for the Legends. Already making an impact. Number 10 slots it across. Oh, just not able to get past, and it's going to go out, and it's going to be a goal kick as it deflected off of him.
Good defensive play there from Rovers.
Already a good decision to bring him into the match.
Got a Rovers substitute being prepared, number 21.
One of the players that Coach Wozniak elected to start on the bench, he hasn't come in yet, is his assistant coach / player, number 20, Estes. Could he be a super sub for the Legends late in this match? He's put in a lot of time on the field this season. That's one of the things you see in this lower division. You'll see player coaches for a lot of teams.
Yeah, there's so many different levels of development in the UPSL, not just with players, but with coaches, with referees. And of course, you got your building fan bases and sponsorships. So it's all there to develop. This is where it starts. This is where it grows. And, you know, it's undervalued by a lot of people, but it's vital to the growth of the game in this country.
Yeah, because you look at here in 2 weeks, the national tournament goes to the Final Four, and it's going to be, there's a bit of a clumsy challenge.
Yeah, it's going to be.
But no harm, no foul.
Yeah, Legends player kind of bowled. Got bowled over. You got to wait for that ball to stop rolling before you put it back into play.
But that national tournament in 2 weeks, it's going to be at Segra Field in Loudon, Virginia. It's where the USL team plays from. You got to think about these teams that won yesterday, like Sporting Wichita out of Wichita, Kansas, and AS Frenzy from Florida. You've got to make that long trek all the way up to Virginia with your entire squad and your staff. Can't do that without your sponsorship.
That's why it's so vital for these teams to grow and to develop that sponsorship support. And part of that is really your fan base too. You need to get that your supporters involved, because the more support you have, the more fans you have on the streams and in the stadiums, the more you can attract sponsorships that'll invest in your team.
Oh, what a hard challenge. That's a second
fair
challenge in a row from number 4 for Legends. No card. Deemed legal.
Oh, nice through ball.
Here's a chance for the Rovers. Lifted.
Oh, still in though.
Still in.
Rovers going to reset a little bit here.
Bounce of the ball going Rovers' way right now.
Got players on this near side calling for the ball. They're in acres of space. He's trying to cross down the middle.
Tried to send it into the box. He loses possession. Somehow the Legends come out with possession. Don't know how that happened.
Rovers player didn't notice.
Again, that was what we talked about yesterday, about waiting until you hear the whistle. You keep playing. Here's a chance. Newly entered Estes, and he bumps the keeper just to let him know he's there.
Yeah, I don't know if we have that other one in there, but what I did notice is the Rovers players, they just assumed that the goalkeeper was going to get that, and he turned away and didn't notice the ball had spilled behind him.
Well, look at that foul that was not called on number 4, because when you see this ball, Alejandro moving down that right-hand flank and just barrels in and wins possession from him.
Tackle, yeah. Seeing flashes of really good play on offense and defense, but it is flashes. You know, you need to kind of put together some consistency, both sides, I think.
Yeah, we only have about 14 minutes left to go, depending on what stoppage time we get. Legends need to find some way back into this match.
They have time. They just got to start working on that first goal right away. As Larry mentioned earlier, before the game, we do have 2 very short extra time periods scheduled if needed, 5-minute halves, and then penalties if necessary. But in order to get there, Legends is going to have to come up with at least 2 goals and at the same time keep Rovers from scoring again.
Rovers move it over to the right-hand side. Go, nice little turn. Down the right flank.
He's on.
Alejandro's on. Whipped into the box.
Oh.
2 defenders work to clear that ball away for Legends.
Critical there, Larry.
Now here's another chance, a little bit of a flick to get it forward for Estes.
It's an accidental flick, but it's worked out.
But he's going to be called for a foul. A little bit of a bad luck there for Estes. We'll watch it again here real quick. You can see that as this ball comes forward, he jumps, heads it. But I guess just a little bit of a shoulder is enough for the AR on that side. He has a far better angle than we do.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of an arm involved as well. As he pushed off of the defender there, and I think that's what the Rovers players were saying. I think they actually wanted a card off of that.
Again, thank you for watching this UPSL Georgia Reserve match, Atlanta Rovers FC, Legends FC. South Gwinnett Park here in Snellville, Georgia is where we find our day. Somehow he keeps that ball still in as it just kind of bounces around between the legs. Rovers still, you can see number 24 on the far side here begging for a switch of play, as that ball is sitting over there on that left flank. able to keep control of it. Now moving it up the right-hand flank to Alejandro. He's trying to get around that defense, having to come deep back into the midfield.
Ooh.
Ends up taking the ball off of his own man, Benjamin, lifting
in.
it into the box.
Oh,
a bit of an acrobatic attempt there.
difficult attempt to try there, but he gave it his all there. Good cross in.
We'll take a look at it because it was so good. You got to watch it twice. You see Alejandro takes it off of Benjamin, lifts it into the box, misses the man in. 24 takes a acrobatic attempt.
It's a really tough volley to attempt there, but when you got it, you got to try it. Ooh, kind of dribbled his way off of that one for Rovers to take over. Substitute coming on for Rovers.
Number 24 using the adage, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Number 10 is going to be coming on for the Rovers.
Referee encouraging the Rovers player to kind of hurry up a little bit as he feints.
I believe number 10
running off the
is
field.
Sammy Banana. Number 26 is going to be replaced. That ball finds its way through, but it's easily going to be controlled by the keeper. Plenty of opportunity to move that ball. Rovers starting to grow into this match. They're starting to put some passes together, start to build up some play. Good movement on that left-hand flank. Coming back to the newly entered Banana.
Time coming a real factor now for Legends.
Yeah, we're 82nd minute in.
Their chances have been few and in between, and with time running out, they're going to have to really take advantage of anything that they have coming up. But Rovers is doing a really good job of keeping the ball away from them. You can't score when you don't have the ball.
Yeah, Legends are going to need to get a quick score and then get right back on it.
And keep Rovers from scoring again.
Yes.
Which is a tall order by itself. Unfair challenge there. Gives Legends an opportunity to get the ball back into their attacking area. 83rd minute going into the 84th minute here coming up.
When we look at the end of the regular season in the reserves, Atlanta Rovers, they ended the season in second place. 35 goals scored, 13 goals conceded. Legends, they ended the season in fourth place. 28 goals scored, 28 goals allowed. Oh, and there's the opportunity. An absolute mistake by the keeper.
I don't know. I think he just spilled it. I mean,
Yes.
I can't even say that the sun was in his eyes. His son is behind us.
We'll take a look at it again. You can see here, this ball's going to get lifted in right at midfield. He jumps to grab it and totally misses it. And it goes into the back of the net, and it is 2-1 Rovers over Legends.
Goalkeeping error, just as we said. And now that's the goal that they needed to get back into this. So now, with some time left, Legends can
And that's going to
Tie
be
this up.
a mistake that is going to be in the keeper's mind, at least for the remaining 6 minutes of this match, plus stoppage. Just an absolute.
Believe me, I know how that feels. I was a keeper, and I've made mistakes like that.
Just a howler of a mistake there from Halpern.
Just one that I think he maybe even felt comfortable just grabbing that and just couldn't get a handle on it.
Well, I think it's, you have that instance where you're thinking about what you're going to do after you catch it before you actually do.
Just going to say that, yeah. But you got to take your time first and get possession of the ball.
Oh, here comes Estes trying to get up there, but Halpern's going to beat him to the punch, and he's going to grab it.
Take as much time as he can here.
Yeah. Like we said, could Estes be the catalyst? Could he be the super sub that Legends needed? Because ever since he's come on, they played a little bit better.
Legends definitely trying to press a little bit here, which they need to do. Their goal has to be right now, can we force extra time?
Like we talked about over the course of this weekend, when we think about back in the fall season, and there's a shot that's cleared way out and a shin guard flying out from the Rovers player. When Rovers, they made it all the way to the playoffs of the fall season in the Premier, losing to LGSA 2-1 in just an absolute deluged match at Silverbacks Park. And really, when you come down to that match, one Rovers player really scored all 3 of those goals. It was a 2 own goals that LGSA were able to get past them. So, they're as good as they're playing. They're not, mistakes still can happen.
Yeah, that was an amazing game. Still available on demand on the ASMG YouTube channel. But right now we're concerned with this reserve game.
Just goes out, and it'll be a corner. It will be a corner. I was thinking that was a potential of a goal kick, and you can see number 15 cramping up a little bit from that, as it is a very, very warm day for those outside. Short corner taken into the corner, and that will be cleared out.
Precious
and it
seconds
will be a throw.
ticking away.
Another short throw, and that ball finds its way out, and it will be a goal kick.
All right.
88th minute, we are entering.
Legends is going to do it. They have to do it now.
We have another substitute coming on for the Rovers. Estes able to get
he's
around
in.
the defender. He's slow in his process.
He's got a man in the
He
middle.
slides it across. Oh, great save by the keeper. He was trying to slot that to the far post, was
Probably-
Estes.
Probably as good as you can do in that situation. Wasn't much help he had, and the defenders were getting in position, so he had to take that shot.
And we can take another look at that. And you can see here, Estes gets around number 2. He's moving down that right-hand flank. He tries to slot it over.
Yeah, he's trying to get to him,
and the keeper is just able to get down and to stop that from happening.
I can't argue with that from Legends. He took the only opportunity he had. He had the man in the middle. He's trying to get it to. Goalkeeper just made a play.
And Benjamin's day is done. Number 22 has come on to replace him here late in this match, 89 minutes in. Ooh, another solid tackle there on Estes. Going to have a conversation. I believe we're going to get a card, and we will.
And you're going to bet that the referee's going to add this time on. So
that was on. That yellow was on the Rovers, not on Legends.
89th minute. And there will be some extra time here. There's been a lot of time wasting.
Moves over the right-hand side, lifted in. This time the keeper's able to grab it and control it.
Boy, so kind of a lottery type of shot there. I'm not sure.
Now we're starting to step into the 90th minute. How much stoppage time is going to be added? Newly entered number 22 on the ball. Loses possession due to the press, and that ball gets knocked out and will be a throw for Legends. Now the Legends are starting to show some life, but I think it's going to be too little too late, as that's a great possession win for Rovers.
Fantastic tackle there. Now he's going to go down to the corner flag, try to kill some seconds.
And it'll be a goal kick.
Legends going to have to hurry up here. Approaching the 90 minutes. We'll probably get 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage, I would guess.
Yeah, I would say at least 2 minutes. That ball's headed out, and it will be a throw for the Legends.
Just trying to hurry up and get that ball back into play here. We're in the 90th minute now. Excuse me, we're in stoppage time now, I should say.
Yeah, I was trying to see if the fourth official would give us an information. I haven't seen anything. Here comes the Rovers again. Alejandro trying to move down that right flank. Can't get around the 2 Legends player. Lifted over him, but lifted pass, and that's just going to be a push in the back. Fans starting to really get into these last few minutes of the match. Sent long for Legends. But nobody back there. Rovers send it forward, but they send it right to the Legends. Here comes, tries to do a little bit of a dummy as Estes, but there's nobody there.
Boy, playing a little dangerous down there.
And you can see even Estes saying, that was my fault. I should have done something with that. Wasting time as much as he can. Coach Wozniak asking for the delay.
Oh, it's cut in.
Oh, that was a good push off. Oh, and he just
and a poor
blasted
finish.
over the bar. Just a
Poor finish.
poor finish.
Got a Legends player slow to get up, but and that's it.
And that's it. That's going to be the end of the game.
2 minutes according to the field clock there.
As we end this match after full time, it is Legends FC 1, Atlanta Rovers FC 2. Atlanta Rovers have earned the right to take on Clayton International FC next week. Just a really, really competitive match from both teams. 3 really, really good goals. And you just have to tip your cap to Atlanta Rovers. They were just the better team today.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that this being a reserve team game, there's not the cohesiveness that you see in the Premier Division teams. You know, these players still are diamonds in the rough, so to speak, trying to polish themselves and become better players. But that's the whole purpose of the reserve division. You know, and you develop as a player. But you're right. I think Rovers showed that they were the better team on the day, and they just took advantage of the few chances they did have and put it in the back of the net. And you know, Legends still has a lot of promise. I think they have a bright future in the Premier Division next season with their senior team. So both teams are going to be, you know, fun to watch next season. And we'll see how I think they're both also going to still maintain a team in the Division 1 rather.
Yeah.
As they develop these players. So There's still opportunities for these guys, but Rovers move on to play Clayton International.
Well, and that's going to do us here for ASMG's coverage of Atlanta Rovers FC versus Legends FC. Atlanta Rovers win 2-1. We'll see you next time out here on the pitch.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.